You actually went back earlier and you said, like, in the training sessions, Fergie was incredible. It probably is the reason why Man United have suffered over the last 10 years, because he was everything, and then you take that out. But you'd say sometimes the players would lead the sessions and the players led it. Do you think, and it's a bit of a loaded question, but do you see those kind of figures in the current crop of Manchester United players?
Do you know what? I'd like to say, yeah, I was at Carrington a lot last year, but with the 18s or the 21s, and it's kind of separate from the first team. Yes, they train and they move over and train, but when I see characters like Martinez and Bruno, right, you know, when I was coming through, and like Gabriel Heinz, listen, mate, he would let you know in training, I'm gonna go through you.
Yeah.
You know, Wes Brown with the tackle. Now, obviously, football's changed. We're not allowed to tackle on a Saturday anymore because we get a card. So now, you know, you're not are you gonna do that now in training when you're not allowed to do it on a Saturday? Whereas then, if he smashed you, I could smash my winger, you know, on a Saturday and get away with it for a couple of times. So football's changed, but I don't know. When I see people like Martinez and Bruno who look like they always want to win, I'd like to think that's infectious and spreads through the team. But I said, I just think it was also down to that football's changed a little bit.
Yeah. You know what, I've got one for you. Out of the current crop of players, is there anyone that you think would have made the squad back when you were playing for Manchester United?
Oh, that's a great question. Johnny.
Take the easy one, sir.
Take the easy one.
No. I genuinely do think. I think Bruno. And there seems to be a mixed feeling about Bruno.
There is, isn't it?
I'm tired of it.
Is that fair?
It's not fair.
No, it's not fair.
Listen, what that guy is doing, what his numbers. I don't care if he throws his arms up. At least, that's what they would. We'd rather that back then when I was around that first team squad than someone that's just not bothered or, you know, who doesn't always want the ball. Someone that always wants the ball. Roy Keane would say, I want to look up, I want someone who wants the ball. He doesn't hide, doesn't shirk, he takes responsibility, and not just that. From what I know, he's a good person around the club.
Role model.
Stuff around, like, even helping like the foundation or when, you know, people come in. Not many people come to Carrington, he'll go and have some time for them, and I think people don't see that enough. Yeah. And I think that's also captaincy roles where he does that side of things that we don't always see because we just see him on a Saturday.
I think he's one of the most overhated players.
Underrated too, I would say.
Yeah, underrated and overhated. Like, and like you said, even within our own fan base, Bruno's become like a little bit of a talking point where it's not a big talking point, where some people are like, the way he plays, hot potato football, he's giving it away all the time. It's like we can't move forward with him. Yeah. And other people are like, what you're saying is, I don't get it. For you, who took you under their wing when you sort of started getting into the senior squad? What guy stood out to you and said, "Come with me, come with me"?
There's a few, to be fair. Yeah, I think notably he was Wes because he's local. Wes Brown, Rio helped me a lot, and Patrice Evra.
Oh, yeah, Pat, man.
Uncle Pat.
Even now when
was he a madman even then?
Even now when I see him, he's like, Cafu, because he used to call me Cafu. I don't know, it's just to give me confidence, or I don't know. But yeah, even now I speak to him, his first reply is Cafu, and I see him now. But I think the fullback, you know, when you're a fullback, you wanted to help me as a fullback. And obviously Gaz Nev actually done my contract. He negotiated my contract actually with Fergie.
He did what? Was he an agent or he just happened? You just got advice off him to say, look, listen, go in there.
He's always been about it then, yeah?
Yeah, always. So yeah, like.
Tell us how that happened.
So as a young kid, especially local, Sir Alex hates agents.
Yeah,
or hate
we know
agents,
that.
but obviously we know why, because they want more money for at the club. So, but as a young kid, when you start to knock on the door or get in on the first team, you're scared that you're gonna like annoy him.
Yeah.
So,
like, go ask for too much or demand too much.
Gaffer, Alex says, I want to give you a new contract, and you say to him, yeah, my agent will see you, and you're scared to say that. Whereas now it's the first thing you say.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if I say that, he's gonna bin me off. So, I don't know what happened, and spoke to Gaz, and Gaz was like, I'll go and see him for you.
What?
Yeah.
How did you feel? Was you like,
made
are you
me
sure?
feel more comfortable though. And he did, and he actually, it was me, Gaznev, and Somali.
Oh, in the room?
In the room, mate.
What?
So what, your agents, what did you even say to your agent at the time?
No, I didn't have one.
Oh, you didn't have one? Oh, this is early doors.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I was
Really?
Yeah, I was still a scholar. I was about to sign pro, because I was going to go and, I was after Antwerp, I was going to go and sign for Sunderland, and I had to sign a pro to go on loan to Sunderland.
Right.
I didn't really know what to do. And yeah, I'm just sat there like this, I'm in the middle, like used
Your
to.
parents involved in that decision?
No, it was just me and them two. And then he's just like, oh, and he actually got me more money to be fair to him.
Oh my God.
You asked for a cut of it?
Yeah, no, he didn't. No, he actually didn't, which is, when you look at Gaznev now, you think he probably would have, but so like I said, it was like the full-backs and that Rio were, the defence were the ones that kind of took me under their wing, which was nice.
I rate that so much from him, you know.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
incredible, that.
I know. Yeah,
That is mad.
Guys that you see now is always guys then.
Business savvy, innit?
Someone who would have had a decent contract would have been Cristiano Ronaldo and went on to have a few more decent contracts.
Just a few.
What was that like in training against him? Because obviously he was young then himself, on his way up. Got his first Ballon d'Or at United. That last season he had for us, and then them couple of seasons as the 7 and the 8, and just unplayable. But in training every day, Rio always talks about it, about like how his mindset was, how he's doing extras, the intensity, the skill level. It weren't just all step overs. Like, what was it like against him?
It was just his attitude to the game and everything around it. He was probably the first one that, for me, that you seen it. He took everything else serious. You know, his diet. You know, he had the chef and he was like, everyone says first in, last out, and he was. But it was just this summer where he went away one summer, and it mustn't have been a Euros or a World Cup. It mustn't have been. And he came back, and obviously when he signed, he was skinny and like, you know,
proper
gang. You know what I mean?
Proper.
And
Kit was too baggy.
He had the height.
Highlights.
He had the height and all that.
Curtains coming down.
Yeah.
He came back one summer. And he was just like, his lats are buff. Like, what's he been doing? Right? It was like, there's no way that's just happening.
Meanwhile, you lot been in Ibiza or whatever, or just chilling.
Marbella and and I think what it is, he just worked all summer in the gym and his diet, his food to build up his strength. Because obviously, I think the thing was he was getting kicked on it. You know, everyone was coming to Old Trafford, whether it was Bolton, Blackburn, all them kind of clubs, and just laying into him. And I think he obviously wanted to bulk up so he could, you know, deal with that. And yeah, I said, and that for me, that was when I was like, wow, this guy's serious. Because yes, he had all the tricks, had all the skill, and I was like, great to see him be around. But I think for me, that what he was doing in the gym kind of was for me was like, wow, he's not going to mess about. And that's why I think he is one of us, because he's created himself. He had the ability, but I think he's made who he is today. Whereas look at like about Messi. He's just naturally like that, whereas Ronaldo went from this to this and he developed so much himself.
It's just a joke. He's a proper leader, to a role model to like all pros, really. And lastly, before we move on to look ahead to Amorim's first game, for you, I know it's a little bit away for United, but you won the Premier League, bro. Like you won the Premier League with Leicester, 5,000 to 1 chance. What was it like playing against United, not only just in that season, but in general? And what's it like to win the Premier League against all the odds, man?
Yeah, so to play against United was one of my favourite games.
Did you think, see what you lot could have had?
Yeah,
see
no,
that?
it is. You have to have that mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I got to Old Trafford. I remember, I don't know if you remember, but I was at Newcastle. I was talking about the Leicester and Newcastle, and it was 1-1, and I cleared one off the line of Chicharito at the end of the game.
Wow,
at home, and we drew 1-1. And I'm so Alex was fuming.
Why
I seen you in that tunnel everyone talks about, the pizza getting happening. Yeah, he was fuming. And I was buzzing because he was quietly happy for me, but he was raging, innit?
Yeah.
So, and then I just always remember the Leicester game when we was going to Old Trafford to win the league.
Mad.
Now that to me was the most scared I've ever been, because you don't leave Old Trafford and then go and win anything really as a kid, and to then try and then come back to Old Trafford. The first chance you get to win the league is at Old Trafford.
Wow.
Me and Danny Drinkwater were like this, and the coach like.
Oh yeah, because Danny as well.
Yeah, we were saying the coach like, is this real? Like, is this real? And I just remember I had all my friends, family, tickets everywhere, and I was thinking, gee, if we win this, it's when it sunk in.
Yeah.
We could win the league at, you know, with the club that I grew up, like, who I love.
That's poetic, innit?
Yeah.
That come full circle for you, didn't it?
Mental. So it was just a bit of a pinch me moment. And then it was like what we've done that season. And obviously then to go on and obviously the Chelsea-Tottenham game, to do it the night after, I think it was.
Yeah.
Was obviously, it was just a dream come true. And that group of players that we had, man, it was special. We're still in a WhatsApp group now.
Oh yeah.
But you all saying to Jamie Vardy, just keep going, bro.
I know, we've got a reunion in 2026. We're all supposed to go out. And
he's still playing.
He's still playing, but nah, like I said, we're all still really close. And I seen Riyad last week. He came home and we're all still chatting for a round.
That's great.
But nah, it was amazing.
Love that Premier League winners medal, man. That is what it's all about.